much same goes if you were here last night. You've got the Q's, I've got the A's. And let's have it fun. Let's keep it clean and safe. And good match. I mean, maybe we might go a little dirty, but we just have to be careful. Everyone's at least 18 in here. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Huh? 4?
She said sure.
Oh, okay.
25.
So, okay. Y'all wanna, let's start this thing.
Alright, since you mentioned that you used to be like people in the conventions on the other side, have you met anyone at any conventions that like left you starstruck?
Oh, like everybody I work with now. I started going to these like to ACON when I was 13, and now I like, especially my first 6 months working there, it was just, I was trying not to like start shaking and crying every time I got to work with a new director or I'd see people in the hall. My first session, I screwed up a lot because I was busy watching the anime after my line got put in. And I was so fascinated, I was just getting into the show already. So, oh yeah. Like, the big one at first, that was Scott McNeil. That was probably one of the first ones going, because he doesn't come to a lot of places anymore, so. Yeah. We're just starting to come on.
We're gonna be here all day anyhow because we got a lot of. It's gonna rain day and I forgot my umbrella in the cart.
That's fine.
But yeah, probably Scott McNeil was the coolest one. Lots I would like to meet, but have not yet, so get me to more cons, and
We'll
then
be
I
on
can meet
YouTube
people
the
and
minute
be
you
a fangirl
I
too.
promise, yeah.
Like, I was so excited, like, that Jason was coming yesterday. I mean, you could tell he was a little stressed, and by the end I was just like, aw, because I met him, like, for 2 seconds at the end of the day. But I was still like, that was my childhood crush. Like, when
I was amazed
5.
by the line. I was amazed by the line.
Well, when you only have one day for someone, I mean, you really...
I know. I was here for Bryce Papenbrook. When I heard he was coming this summer, because I'm a French animation guy. I like Code Lyoko. I like Miraculous. So when I heard he was coming to town, I jumped on it heartbeat. I always wanted to go to this, but I wanted to like wait for a voice actor from a cartoon series that I really, really loved. And he came.
And then it wasn't when I got announced?
Oh, you, Sharon.
Way to go, man.
No, him. No, it's not
I'm
just
teasing.
him.
I'm teasing.
We're kidding.
I know, but believe me, I'm glad you're here. Chairman Leah here. I love, believe me, again, Legend, Princess Jellyfish. There are a few other roles I think I know you're doing. I think that's that one. I'm very picky.
Yeah, you have a question.
Yeah. Is there something that you used to watch as a kid that, like, if they did a remake or a reboot or something, you'd be like, oh, I totally want to get cast in that?
Well, I really wanted Sailor Moon. That would have been amazing. When I found out that Funimation was starting to re-release some of the ADV stuff, I kind of hoped we were going to redub Chrono Crusade. I really liked that one as a kid. And, I mean, nothing against the voice actors, I really liked it. And I was like, I want to be Rosette, because I used to cosplay Rosette. So I'm like...
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I'm like, let's do this! And then like, no, we're not dubbing it, we're just putting DVDs out. And I'm like, Bevins, why are you crushing my soul? Get in the box, Woodhall, we have stuff to do. Okay. So yeah, that would probably been one. I got to be in some of the Dragon Ball Z games, so. And also, I would have loved to have been Super. Fun little fact, I got this close to being in it. I was in the group that got sent to Japan for consideration for Zeno. So,
Wow.
yeah, instead of Sarah Weenhead, it could have been me. But she's doing awesome, and I love her for it.
Kind of a follow-up to that one. if they were to, if you could put yourself in any role, voice or live action, for anything that was not anime that you've seen over the years, could be something from like even going all the way back to the Wizard of Oz, or something like that. What would you want to be in the most?
It's still sort of an anime one, but I really wanted Kenshin's, the Kenshin series. That would have been really fun because that was another one I really liked as a kid. Ooh, that's a tough one. We have to come back to that one. Let me get some time to think about it. Because now I'm looking at old movies. Ooh, no, Matilda.
From which movie?
Matilda.
Oh, I love Matilda.
That would have been fun to be in Matilda. Yeah, Matilda.
Okay with that.
Yeah,
What's one of the hardest lines you guys can
anything from Shimonetta.
I've seen a little bit of it.
That one was definitely different from most of the roles I get.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was a little uncomfortable doing that one. But
I can't remember who you voiced.
Kosuri,
That's sweet.
aka Penis Head.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if y'all haven't heard, the reason we call her that, the hair grows when she gets excited. She gets that little shine that goes across the edge. And then when she's scared, boop, it all goes flat. So,
Oh,
yep,
yes. That
Penis Head.
anime is, woo, yeah, that one. Oh boy. Chimera. Sorry.
Anybody else have a question?
Anybody?
I guess
Sure.
I like to fill in the gaps. Let me see. How much of a, in your own personal opinion, how much of a character is the voice actor and how much of a character is the writing?
We can change the writing. I mean, we do it all the time. We start learning a character and then I'll go, you know, I really don't feel like she would quite phrase it this way. We might cut it down to like, instead of it is, we might add it's or gonna, something like that. Sort of add sort of the little minute details. But then other times, the script doesn't always fit the flaps. And we're rewriting anyway, and we go, that doesn't really sound like what I think they're meaning here. So we go back and look at the translations and watch the subtitled, and oh, yeah, that joke doesn't belong there at all. What were they doing? So then you might get a director that rewrites some lines here and there. But yeah, I mean, it's always rewritable, but
So maybe like,
I definitely, no, I mean, the better the script is and the better the storyline, definitely the more it helps develop the character, obviously. And having that great script lets me build and really get to know that character. So, I mean, they both play off each other. I would say 50-50, but just know we can't always tweak the script. But I mean, we can,
maybe 60-40?
yeah, let's do that, 60-40.
Who's your favorite character in The Voice? Oh, sorry.
No, no,
It's
no,
like, no,
I already asked mine.
I always will love Clara. She was my first.
Clara.
The little jellyfish.
Oh, Princess Jellyfish. I love that show.
One that was hysterical was, it was just minor characters in high school DxD. The twins, Elle and Mel. Because I got to yell, let's slice off his balls! And I'm chasing somebody with chainsaws. So that was always fun.
Clara.
Don't make me pissed off, guys. Come at you with a chainsaw. Yeah.
So you mentioned in the panel last night that you speak Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Does that affect, like, can you get some more, maybe, information about the characters and stuff from understanding that than other voice actors might?
Possibly, not near as much. I don't get to use it as much as I would like. First off, because sometimes we Americanize the names, sometimes some directors like to go a little bit truer to how you say it. But,
Sorry.
yeah, if you can turn But I at least can understand certain words, so when the director's going, I don't know if that's really the right thing, I can say, well, here's at least what I caught. I have forgotten a lot of my Japanese. I was showing off to Josh, and since he was doing mic drop, I had to do a mic drop. Sorry, so that was a little petty for last night. Come on in. But yeah, it was just something I thought I would do for the minor, a way to get in. Bye. Okay. Yeah, but it's I don't get to use it near as much as I thought I would. I got to say train station once in Psychopath, and I nailed it on the first go. That's about as excited as the director has gotten with it. Because he's like, no one, I know it's gonna take a few shots, and I'm like, what? Okay, let's move on. That's about it. Yeah. I wish I could use it more. I know Monica actually got to speak Japanese recently in a role, and they were working with her, and I'm like, man, I want that. She's like, I had to practice, and like, I didn't know what I was saying. I was like, hi, no, I can understand. Can I do that? So, yeah. Next. Yeah.
I guess a bit of a silly follow-up to that question. Like, it's one thing to see an American, like, speak Japanese. What is your reaction when you see, like, the subtitled RAWs, or, like, even the raw footage of anime, where they have a Japanese actor saying English lines?
Oh, I mean, it's fun. This one I just did. Katana Maidens. Ellen, Haru. Her partner Ellen would speak English to her grandfather, and she'd go, long time no see. And it's just like, I don't know where her grandfather's from that she needed it, but I mean, it's a little funny, but I mean, it's probably about as funny as they think we are speaking Japanese, because I go like, konnichiwa minasan, iyo tenki desu ne, y'all. I mean, it's just speaking at our twangs, and so I think it sort of would feel the same.
So that maybe fit into redubbing Magical Shopping Arcade Amanobashi.
Huh?
Oh, it's an anime where, like, it's set in southern Japan, so, like, all of them have that southern Japanese dialect, which when they translate it, they always give them, like, a Texas accent.
Yeah, although I know actually, I've heard Northern has a little more.
Really?
That's what I was told, but
Yeah.
every place has an accent. To quote Doctor Who, every place has a north.
Yes, yeah, so same here. Same here. I'm a native of this city, so we kind of.
Me too.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a question?
Yeah.
How different do you think My Hero Academia would be if Deku had both his parents' powers?
Well, I think we wouldn't even have the show probably.
Yeah.
Because the whole moral of this is showing that anybody can be a hero. I mean, with or without powers, that it's just, it has to be inside. But I mean, yes, he would have his powers inside. But I don't think it would be as relatable. I think maybe we'd follow Bakugo instead. And watch his transition from going from giant asshole to somehow figuring out if he's ever going to be a hero or a villain. Because, I mean, come on.
Yeah, is it the blonde guy? Yeah.
Grenade Hands.
The Gordon Ramsay of the show, as I've been seeing.
I'm going to start asking questions.
Okay.
Let's see. Favorite movie of all time and favorite movie over the past 12 months?
I haven't watched a lot the last 12 months. That's actually what's going to hit me more. I really like the movie called Gattaca. It's about like genetics, because Gattaca is spelled out with the letters of the human genome and DNA sequencing. And it's about this guy that he has born the natural way, the hippie way, versus being genetically engineered to be perfect. And because he was a natural born they say you've got defects, you can't do what you want, and he wants to go up into space. So it's showing this guy doing whatever he can, and it's got Jude Law in it, so it was, yeah, it's Jude Law. And it's got Ethan Hawke when he was really, when he was really young. And it's just, I actually watched it in school.
Really?
It was like an English, it was for an English class, because we were watching more for like, how they developed the story. But I've always remembered that one, and then I actually went out and bought it. And I'll sit down and watch it every once in a while. I really like it. Another one I liked from film school was, it's called Chungking Express. It was just sort of this flight attendant and this guy, and his, her boyfriend. It's just like how you always just pass through, but always missing each other. It was a really small short, like, I can give you listed for like the really artistic ones that were cool for class. Russian Ark, 96-minute long film, done in one entire take.
Whoa.
It was done on the second take, well, because they could only shut down the St. Petersburg Museum for so long. And, but it's going through the history, and you're following the character, and it's a steady cam shot. One entire thing going through all these different scenes. So I always thought that was cool. I was a film major, if you haven't figured out.
Good job.
But yeah, I figured, hey, I'm not going to get in as a voice actor first. I'm probably going to end up being somewhere like audio engineer. I might try to do some translations. We'll see how I can get it.
Yeah.
But I figured it's very hard to get in. It's very, obviously, there's a group that they like to use. We claim we don't, but there is. Yeah, so I figured there was no way in hell it's going to start. They'd hear me talking and joking around with some of the voice actors and go, I need to put you in this. You do this voice, and then I figured that's how it would start. And got it, Princess Jellyfish. That was like, okay. And then they let go of a director, and then they let go of an engineer, and we're, tightening things up. And I'm like, okay, guess I'm not coming in that way. Guess I'm not going to get to do that. I'm okay doing voice acting. Yeah.
Okay, ever heard of the animated French show Coleoco?
A long time ago, it was on Cartoon Network, right?
Yes.
Yes.
My childhood.
C'est bon.
Yeah, that's about all I can tell you about it.
That's fine. I'm just trying to think of something nice to ask.
Y'all have questions? You came to this panel for a reason.
I know.
Do I have to ask everything?
It's a Sunday.
Okay, favorite voice character to voice as. Okay, your favorite character to voice as.
That was Claire. I think I hate to say someone asked that earlier.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I love Clara. Yuki was awesome. I love things with all of them. Let's put the ones I did not like instead. The little boy on Freezing, because he was a creepy little bastard. I mean, because spoiler alert, he was molesting his cousin and harassing her.
Ew.
And then Shimonetta was interesting. I mean, I liked her, but it was just sort of harder to voice.
I imagine so.
And Echo from Dragon Art Academy was interesting. Because we were trying to figure out, and that was sort of another one where it's, how sexy do you go for this innocent-looking girl? Oh, no, innocent-looking, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot Me Without Wings. Alice, Me Without Wings. Oh, man. Yep, that was
Oh,
interesting.
I think I've seen it. Oh boy. Oh yeah,
Right,
there was
thank you.
one scene.
Yeah. 5-year-old with a camel toe.
A camel toe. Oh. That's
We don't talk about that. There's a reason. Yeah.
Do you have to shower?
What's the hardest voice or like part of your range to do?
Right now I don't get cast a lot for the lower, so trying to get it down to like maybe where people think I might actually be a high school student and doing it lower. But if you don't warm up, the longer you do the scruffy, like little Deku's or Chimney from One Piece, you can actually start causing damage. So always warm up before. But sometimes I would find it wouldn't really work as well if I warmed up. And I knew exactly like the pressure points of where I was feeling the tension. So some sessions, if it was only like an hour, I might let it go. But if it's longer than that, definitely, you have to be careful because, I mean, doing any vocal fry, any screams. Okay, Dragonar, or you think the Tokyo Ghoul scream that I did for Hinami, that was a one and done. So I let it all out there and big, go home, that was fine. Dragonar Academy had a scream that just somehow kept getting a frame or two, a flap or two short. So I had to do that like 6 times. And I'm like, I'm done. We can't do it again today. If you need it, get it tomorrow. But I'm done. Because I could just feel it really getting raw. It was just where she sat in the voice. Because we do a lot of cold reading and we don't know what's coming up, she was one of the voices I didn't really warm up for. Because she just sits here, and that's normally something very easy for me. But adding a scream for that, the screams just, depending on where you're hitting, can be very painful. So, I mean, that's why we hydrate, hot teas, all that stuff. But what is the meaning of life?
For you.
Damn.
Told you I'm going to smile.
That's fine.
Don't forget your towel.
That one I don't. I just know.
That's where the meaning of life comes from. It's Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Yeah.
Galaxy. No, but don't forget your towel. That's also, okay, sorry. My friend would be very disappointed in you. She's an official towel ambassador for our Hitchhiker's Guide. And yeah.
How are you enjoying Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
It's a little muggy,
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
but Dallas can be muggy too. We've had a lot of rain lately, but
Yeah,
it's
my-
not too bad. I can tell it's really raining hard right now. I can see it.
Yeah, Mother Nature likes to make big events like this. It has to rain, like rain.
That's every convention now.
I know, like Best and Best showcased over
You can see the rain sort of going diagonal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
this
you look
is.
at a dark surface and just stare at it, you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
But,
Oh yeah, it is raining. Well, I was gonna be stuck here for anything, so.
but yeah, I mean, it hasn't been bad.
Yeah, it's Corpus, yeah.
Had some good food, met some people.
Good Mexican food.
I've actually not eaten Mexican food here.
How about Waterbury?
Duh.
Oh well, yeah, you're from Texas. what's
No,
the
I mean,
matter?
as soon as I got in, I went and had Whataburger.
Of course.
It's like 8:30 at night, and my hand was like, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like,
Whataburger.
Welcome to Google. This is where it's from.
Better than In-N-Out.
Corpus Christi.
"You have not asked what, so yes."
So what's like the weirdest or craziest experience you had at a con, like a fan or something?
Weirdest
Like,
encounter.
Strange or unusual.
Been to enough cons to have the real weirdest.
I've gotten roped. I've gotten stalked.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
Sorry to bring that up.
Yeah.
It's okay. What was interesting was was at a con as a con goer, and someone asked to pick me up for a picture. And
Oh, that's.
I looked at my friend after and said, "I think he just touched my butt when he picked me up." And then when I was a guest at San Japan, that guy came and says, "Do you remember this?" and brought the picture, and he says, "Can we redo the pose just for old time's sake?"
No.
And I didn't remember him at the time, really, so I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Which he's ruined it for all of y'all, because none of y'all can pick me up in
I'm not.
pictures now. I'm just saying, because he got my boob.
Oh.
And I looked at my hand and just said, "Damn it, I think I know that guy now, and I think he did it to me before."
Sorry.
But yeah, I've had...
Touch the butt.
Hmm?
Touch the butt.
Touch the butt, touch the boobs, you're done.
Yeah.
But, yeah, people following.
Have you ever been picked up by a very strong woman?
When I was a kid. I mean, everybody likes to pick me up.
I'm so thankful.
They just stop once they drop me, and yeah, I mean,
It's called a stocking drum.
well, then you end up like stuck in that.
Oh.
This is just because I slept bad on it, but you end up in things like these.
I guess,
Yes.
related to the food question, out of all the cons you've ever been to, both as a participant and as a fan, what's your favorite local cuisine?
Oh, Mexican easy. I love
Is it a
Mexican.
particular Mexican restaurant?
I had really good in San Antonio. Don't have a margarita during the middle of the day. In the summer, then walk back to your hotel right away.
Yeah, no.
Well, no. Especially if you're my size.
Oh.
I had to go sign autographs.
Oh no.
I was just sitting there going, I'm gonna die. Can someone bring me water? I'm gonna die. And it wasn't even that I was hungover, just everything started to sour.
A blur.
No, to sour.
Oh.
I was feeling nauseated.
That
But,
was not- Learn lesson, don't drink while working.
And like,
Especially during the hours.
did you get like one of those really big margaritas that San Antonio has?
No. No.
Like-
No.
That would be awful.
I forgot what it was, but like I polished one off, not even thinking of it. And like it was like that big, and like the next thing you know, like I'm waking up in my hotel room. My friends was like, "Hey, you get to clean up the restroom." I was like,
no, I've never been that bad. I usually know my limit. Me, it was just a little bit, it was a small one, but it was just like, dang, that was stronger than I thought.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, my friend.
I mean, I don't condone drinking and doing anything. But yes, I learned my lesson. Safe drinking tips. If you're posting us on Facebook,
It's going on YouTube.
or Facebook, YouTube, whatever, be safe when you're drinking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is your PSA for today.
This is a fun panel overall.
The more you know.
So as a congoer, did you also do cosplay?
I did.
What was your like best cosplay uniform?
Rosette from Chrono Crusade, the Milita uniform. But Future Trunks, I was Misao from Kenshin, and then Rosette. I would have done more, it's just then I had to go to college, and it's no time, no money.
Right.
Say, yes,
True that.
true. Very true.
But I used to cosplay, like, I mean, I wouldn't dye my hair, I only bought one wig because I cut my hair. For after I cut my hair and dyed it red, but most of mine, it would be like, I find characters that I really could fit the physical appearance. Yeah, my hair may not be black, but it was long enough for me, Sal. Rosette, I had the blonde hair that was the right length. And then after that was when I chopped it all off. Right before I went to college. So, I mean, I would try to find things that were easy enough to cosplay. Yes, you'd have to make a lot of things. But, I tried to find ones that I felt like at least were within my range, because I wasn't really big into like dyeing my hair pink like you are right now. I wasn't quite there yet. So,
Not in a phase to with the
but no, I love the pink.
the Alita
but-
from Kolio Kola.
It changes frequently.
Oh, I know. I miss my purple.
Oh,
Have you ever cosplayed as any of your characters you voice?
Yes.
which
Yes,
one?
I have. Misato from Bigata HK.
Did you walk around doing the voice too?
Some. I actually,
I just bought that.
I did it because I was going to convention and I wanted to go see my friends, and I'm like, I'm so hot. This is like when I'm going, I'm hot stuff, I'm here now. Like, I was a guest at this con last year and they're going to know me. And it's like, no one knew me. Because it's just your regular old high school girl, except I had giant meat bugs on my head. But it was fun because that was when I joked that Misato was very much like me in high school. So I felt like she would be the easiest and most, just, I could make it work.
No.
Favorite band / music?
I was supposed to watch J-Rock, anything Yoko Kanno.
Ooh.
I'm kind of old school, I like Coldplay. I know some people laugh at Coldplay, but I'm like, I don't care, Coldplay.
I like don't worry, I like Coldplay too.
Really, I just listen a lot what's on the radio, just sort of keep up with some of the most recent. I haven't bought any CDs in a while.
Yeah. Too much trap music. Sorry.
Yeah, raising your hand or no?
I guess.
If you weren't, that's okay. Sorry, you were just
Okay,
stretching?
Okay. No.
Okay.
You mentioned something, Kinami Tokyo Go.
Uh-huh.
What was it like about her?
It was interesting because, I mean, obviously she has a heart-wrenching story. I won't go into it for those. I'm assuming
Right.
most people have seen Tokyo Ghoul.
No, I'm not.
Just for the few that have not, I mean, it was very heart-wrenching.
I might have to watch it.
And it's just, it was a really good exercise. I like to feel like with every character I learned something about the process of acting, about what my range is, anything with it. And I felt like I learned so much on just, because Mike was really going for some of the subtleties on, Mike McFarlane, yes. He was looking for some of the subtleties in the acting more than anything. And that was just sort of very different from a lot of the characters I've been doing. I've been doing like the one, around that time, One Piece, which was very loud, very over the top. So then having to bring it back in and get the same performance was definitely new. But I loved it.
Yes. So you didn't communicate like all the like, good things, you know, which I think it's like doing artists or reading a book that communicate does.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like kind of get some that's good. Just for
Yeah, I mean, she's supposed to me, she was the humanity of the show. I mean, it's trying to show the moral compass of keeping on this, I mean, keeping the faith and just being able to still feel and not just turn into what you could be. I mean, I know the main character was Kaneki, obviously, but I felt like there was definitely a lot that revolved because so much was ripped away from her. She could have gone either way. And it's watching her develop and seeing how she grew, I think really was an important subplot in it.
Yeah, so does that make, so you think she's like a sister to him
Oh yeah,
and also a sister to Toka?
yeah, yeah. No, they definitely watched out for her. I mean, in the Japanese, she calls him Oni-chan, his big brother. I mean, she definitely feels
Like a family.
family to him, yeah. Yes.
Out of all the characters from My Hero, which power would you want?
Dark Shadow's kind of fun. It's either Dark Shadow or Uraraka's, the gravity. That would be kind of fun. Just not the throwing up part of it, but like once she's mastered it, let's go with the post-mastering of it. Having her quirk. Yeah? Okay. I'm not good at being sick. I get really whiny and I'm just like, yeah, I'm the baby when I'm sick.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could be her in the beginning. And I don't want to break my bones. Turning my stomach inside out sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Fire can be dangerous and I'm klutz. Yeah. I think let's go with Uraraka's or Dark Shadow just because that would be it's like a little alien predator thing. And he could reach stuff for me on the shelves.
He can clean your house for you.
Yes, he can. Yeah.
Have you ever had like a blooper or a funny take make it into the final cut? Like,
No, not really. 'Cause
No blooper
usually, we do bloopers and we drop bombs, which is where we try to fool each other into messing up. But no, mine usually accidentally involve cussing, and those can't exactly make it out. It's too fun to cuss in the little kid voices. I mean, imagine like, God damn it.
I'm sorry, I loud laugh.
Okay. Sorry, I guess you're gonna have to say there's a little bit of cussing in this. Sorry.
Any guilty pleasures in terms of like movies, TV shows, anything like that? Like,
Sleeping late, honestly. Sleeping as late as I can, not keeping my PJs on all day. If I can. Yeah, just when I don't have to work, I find I take a lot of naps. And then I can still sleep an 8 or 9 hour nap. Mainly just if I can, I just hang out with my dog. He's my little cuddle dog.
feels good to be lazy, doesn't it?
I got a little 30-pound border collie mix named Oliver.
Aww.
And so he's now letting me. He's used to me just holding onto him and just like staying there. And sometimes he'll just sleep on my. He sleeps on my feet. So if I'm on the couch, he lays like right down, and then he goes, like groans, like you're sleeping again. Okay. He's very vocal about it. But he's my dapper dog that wears a bow tie everywhere. If you've been on my Twitter, you've seen him. Y'all that just came in, did y'all have any questions?
Any questions you'd like to ask?
How is your day? It's been good, thank you.
Having a great.
Oh God, I know your characters. Have you been shocked at all today? Keeping the charge?
Oh yeah, everything's so new, and I can't handle that energy.
Well, not so good at that.
In terms of traveling, what's your favorite state to travel to?
I really haven't traveled to many, I'll be honest. I've done quite a few cons here. I've personally, just for fun, been up to New York and Miami. Actually, no, that was choir trips in high school. We went to New York. We went to New York and Florida. I go up to Oklahoma for Windstar. Yeah. Haven't really been to other states. I mean, been to Louisiana for New Orleans to see some family. Some good, some bad.
Aww.
Well, wedding and funeral, so.
Aww.
I've actually traveled more outside. I did a study abroad for about a month in Europe, so I hit more places there.
Favorite country to visit?
Scotland was beautiful.
I'm
Especially in Edinburgh, the mix of the modern and the old. I mean, same as London, but there's blends, like they take the old buildings and make them into new things. Scotland, you'd have like this giant clear glass building, and in the background you could see the castle.
Oh, nice.
So it was like this little pipeway, like this little skywalk, and then yeah, there's Edinburgh Castle, and it's just like that was always something. Like I took a picture of that, I have it framed. That's just one of those things I love with traveling, finding out how they can mix and bring things back like that.
sorry.
I love the old cities, and I love the architecture, but sort of seeing that mix is really cool.
Let you know where you've been and let you know where you're going.
Yep.
Have you ever pranked anyone with your voices, like going through drive-thrus or anything?
Oh, I used to run behind people that were on dates going, Daddy! And then like keep going. That was my favorite.
That is a good one.
That was my favorite. I actually had one girl after I had turned the other way and like gone to the right, I saw them going. It's just like, yeah. I have answered phones that way. Beth was, one of my jobs I used to have, was not too happy when I left voicemails and accents. I'm like, you're having me do cold calls. I'm bored. So I practiced my English and my Russian. I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm like, they can understand me. They're getting the information. What's the big deal? But they were like, you can't do them like that. I did it. my coworkers would want me to usually try to talk to customers that way.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that was easy. You just had to remember which customer you saw earlier and remember which accent you did. Because if suddenly you're talking normal, then they go, "Wait, where are you from?" I'm like, "I never said I was from there." My problem is I've always been sort of a mimic, so when we have customers come in with accents, if I'm working with them for quite a while, I was a photographer for one time, once upon a time, and I would pick up and be speaking just like them by the end of like the photography session, and I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I promise I'm not making fun of you. I just want you to know that your accent's cool, and apparently I liked it, and so I'm talking like it now."
There's a name for that, but I can't remember what it is.
A mimic. There's probably a different name besides that, but I did that in college one time to one of my professors. I thought she was gonna fail me on the spot. It was my first semester in college, and I went in to ask about the term paper that we were doing, because it was like the biggest grade of the semester. And at one point I went, "What?" Because she was British, and she goes, she looked at me, and I finally looked at her and I said, "Is everything okay?" Because it's like, I am not acknowledging that I did this. I mean, she was a great professor, and we got to be friends after. But she always knew, and she just was like looking like, "Did that really happen?" I'm like, Did that really happen either?" I was like, nope, never happened. Nope, I did not accidentally just suddenly throw in a Cockney accent here. Yeah.
Have any of your vocal pranks gotten you kicked out of an amusement park?
No, because I usually don't like amusement parks.
Oh, well.
Because I got kicked you out of anything.
I've heard so many tales of like a lot of voice actors being thrown out of like Universal Studios and Disney parks because of that.
Didn't really go to those as a kid or adult. I'm not big on roller coasters.
Oh, same.
So, and then just having to pay all that money to buy food and not really ride the rides, it didn't really appeal to me. So, no,
Not
huh?
Not even the teacups?
Well, the teacups are fine, but just to pay that much money to go on one ride, I'm like,
Just spin around also. It's not worth it.
I'm not a roller coaster. I had a bad experience as a kid, so. Mainly because, again, being short, I kept whacking the head on the thing, and
Yeah.
so it's more, you associate roller coasters with pain. So I just don't like them. Yeah.
Who would you like to work with if you got the main female with the main male character? Who would you like to work with?
Like, who would I want to be the male counterpart, or who do I want as like the
you would like to
director?
work with like a couple, like either Eric Bell or Vic Mignogna.
What other
They're too old.
what other notable voice actor would you like to collaborate
Yeah,
with?
no, I figured that. I'm thinking.
Hard.
Chris Rager.
Huh?
Chris Rager.
Oh yeah! Mr. Sutton. I think it would be interesting dynamic with. I've been paired with Justin Briner before with Handshakers. That would be interesting to see if I actually had more lines to say. That was Handshakers. Huh? Oh, I thought someone said something. Sorry. Dude, when did a giant pickle get in here?
What? Oh my god!
No, I know who you are, but it's just like,
What? How did?
when did that get here? No,
It was weird because they have, usually they close the doors. But
I
now
think
they're all the way open.
Cliff Chapin would be interesting just because he really seems to get the angry characters. Oh wait, no, actually, I had a character that crushed on him, so I guess that counts.
Ooh.
That was one of his first roles. Hang on. I think in Hanabado they're sort of trying to pair up me and Alejandro for our characters.
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, there's been some that are good and
Some bad.
some that I think would be kind of awkward. I mean, I play their younger siblings or younger versions of themselves. Not like Tatum or Vic Mignogna. I would usually play their past self. So being and I have technically been a couple with Vic Mignogna already.
Oh, what?
Yuri on Ice. There was
Oh!
he was in for one line, and I was this vindictive ex-girlfriend of one of the skaters, and he was the one sitting next to me like, let's go.
Oh.
Anya.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Anya.
Wearing my shirt today.
So,
So am I.
yeah, he was the new boyfriend that Georgie
Yeah.
Morgie.
was panic. Georgie, however you say it.
He was
But-
the one that, was like obsessed with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I was
She
the
had-
ex-girlfriend, and I had already moved on. Yes.
So nice. So then there's technically 4 Yuri on Ice actors here. Because Josh is Yuri, and then I think Trina's Minami.
Yeah. Not
Is she?
She was the one
Yeah.
that was the fanboy that was like
Yeah.
looked up to Yuri.
Yeah, that's right. I was Axel, and I was also the assistant director.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So you were one of the twins.
One of the weirdest things about that anime
Triplets,
is
that's right, triplets.
But yeah, I also was assistant director in Shadow. That was the show that I was learning how to do everything on.
Nice.
awkward. Big awkward thing. I have an uncle named Yuri.
How was that awkward?
He's not watched the anime. He doesn't know how it is. So,
That's okay.
yeah,
It's alright.
it's just funny. Very funny.
Yeah, I actually am a lot of characters, big characters. I'm some of the Russian skater girls gossiping. I'm in the background. I am Gongpong's coach. You can't really hear it that well, but there is one JJ's girl that is absolutely sobbing as she is singing the song. If you go back and listen really closely, it's going, I ruled the world! I love JJ!
I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I'm the one crying. I'm like Yuri's girls. I mean, we just had us that were triplets that would come in and we fill in a lot of the background characters just because we didn't have time. We had 20 hours a week to do, each episode was 20 hours.
Whoa.
During the day, the shows, they would have up to 40 hours.
Whoa.
So we were working on a much tighter schedule, so we didn't have time to bring everyone in to record Walla or bits. It was just us filling it in. We do like 5 or 6 rounds each, have to change it up. So,
Did you enjoy the anime?
She loved it.
I loved it. I'm such a Yuri on Ice fan. I'm excited about the movie.
Yes.
They're doing a movie.
Yes, they finally announced it. I forgot when.
They have not said when yet, but they
No,
are.
no. But it's like I can't remember when they announced. We got the.
They announced it, I
Idolist.
think, at A-Fest.
Oh, was that what it was?
For sure, they did.
Hope you guys get the rights to Funimation.
Me too.
Funimation, cool.
Have you ever watched the Yuri on Ice, the stage stuff that's on YouTube, where it's the actors and they're just on stage talking and the characters going on with more script stuff?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's wonderful. You can go
I've
look
seen
it
a
up.
lot of parody songs that people make and some of the cosplay
no,
skits.
no, I think it's called Yuri on Stage because it's kind of like the orchestra thing, but instead it's the voice actors.
Oh, no, yes. Okay, sorry, the Japanese actors. Yes. I have not gotten to watch a lot of it because it's still not supposed to be up. Because they've been really trying to catch all those videos and really pull them down.
Oh man, it was hilarious though.
Oh, I know the script.
Well, you saw the script?
The Chikoku and all that stuff, the possessed Yuri, yeah.
The one I'm thinking of is when Victor goes missing. We don't know where he's at.
Uh-huh.
And he ends up being, I think they had all gotten like wasted the night
He
before.
was up with the statue of Chikoku.
Yes.
This is a fun.
Oh yeah, I troll Twitter and Tumblr and all that. So actually, I was doing that during the show too, because I was trying to keep up with what certain things people liked or not. If you noticed on the Crunchyroll, they said, "Have you ever had a girlfriend?" And in ours, in English, we said, "Have you ever had a lover?" You're welcome. You're welcome. That is because I actually saw a comment on Crunchyroll before we recorded it. Double checked it because I had my Japanese dictionary still.
Good.
And went to Sunny and said, "This is a valid point. They aren't indicating just girlfriend. He's at this point they're still being very open about it. I mean, we can't come out and say this is a yaoi show. It was not meant to be because of the time slot. They could not officially say it was, and we cannot advertise it as such either. I mean, obviously, it's a big discussion between the hug and the kiss.
Yes,
if you know what I'm talking about,
yes.
for Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, jumping the.
Yeah, we actually have to be very careful with how we talk about it because the licensors were not quite happy with how we handled it at first, from what I was told. So when I was going to stay in Japan and doing a Yuri on Ice panel, I had to preface it by, I was told to preface it by saying these are my opinions, not Funimation's.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I really actually had to do that if we were talking about the relationships or anything.
Because they would get sued.
Not that they would get sued, it's we had the potential to lose the license if we did not handle it.
We don't want to do that, we've waited forever.
No, Funimation's the awesomest, they should not lose that show.
Well, that's why they ask us as actors, sometimes we have to be careful with our wording.
Yeah.
And some people are really into shows, some aren't. You'll find the different varying degrees of how the voice actors are and what we like. I was a big anime fan, so I had no problems watching it and really diving in to help make sure we got the little minute details that people were really catching on to with the Japanese. So,
yeah.
it was interesting, but yeah, no. Yuri on Ice, I loved it. I am so grateful that was my first one to work on. Because, I mean, it was a challenge, timing-wise, and then also knowing that we had to figure out, or Sunny had to figure out the actors each week. I would just say, hey, you're going to have this accent, and this accent coming in. And just trying to get everyone scheduled for that and figure out who could even do some of these. So, yeah.
Since there's this trend that's slowly growing of turning animes into like westernized live-action movies, have you ever thought about what live-action actors you'd want to play any of your characters from any of the stuff you've worked on, if the rights got bought up by a Western film company?
You're like, I got the voice.
I think you
I
could
got
if
the
you
voice.
look like the character.
No, honestly, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think when they had the performance during this year's Olympic Games, when they had a Yuri on Ice song played during one of the figure skating
I
competitions?
loved it. I was screaming and crying.
Yes.
I know, I freaked out. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we are at 5 minutes, by the way, almost. So, a couple more questions, but yeah, no, sorry, I just was getting the warning, but
That's fine.
I loved it.
I know. I was surprised.
I knew. I had seen. I follow Kubo, one of the creators on Twitter, so I knew that. And from being at Anime Fest as just a con goer, they had mentioned that they were contacted about being used for the Grand Prix, which is the event from the show is real.
Yeah.
And so the final spot for this year was going to be the Olympics. So what she was saying was, like the show, they changed the difficulty of their program. And so she was excited, she posted about how she was excited to see how the program would grow during the year. So I knew it would be at its top form in the Olympics, so I just could not wait to see it.
When I saw that they played a song, when I heard Mark, one of the famous Scott Hamilton say, this is a song from Yuri on Ice, a popular anime, I just, wow. I was like surprised.
No, I loved it. It was definitely cool to see how much a show can impact people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like what we did for voices or anything, but just to see how that brought people together. I will say good and bad, just because of how things went down at A-Fest. I was not very proud of people with the mobs and how they tried to.
Oh.
People got really nasty when they were trying to meet the Japanese creators.
Oh.
But people were throwing chairs.
Oh.
Like the Japanese creator?
Not
Really?
the Japanese creators, they were getting in fights. They had to bring police in to help monitor.
That was.
It was really a disaster.
Wow.
And unfortunately, like, we didn't really get to see. Like, I know I didn't get to meet them. I finally just handed the stuff I made. I made a cross-stitch Yuri on Ice for each of them. Like a little mini one. And I just went up to one of the handlers and I said, would you please just give this to them or something? I said, I got stuck in an area that's about the width of the area between our table and autographs and some of the booths.
Mm-hmm.
Completely crammed pack of people with nowhere to go, trying to figure out where the line was. I looked down like, I am not getting trampled. I have actually been trampled before. I tripped and have had people run over me. I was not doing that again. No, I was 5.
I would agree. That's awful.
I was 5, and other little 5-year-olds ran over me.
Oh.
But field day, yay, hooray! But yeah, I was sad to see how the fandom had gotten at that point, but at the same time, I'm very happy to see how it brought so many people together.
Right.
I saw a hand up over back there. Yeah.
I want to like switch for it. Yeah. But I was going to ask what's your favorite characters from both of your academia?
A little bit louder.
What's your favorite characters from both of your academia?
I like Froppy.
Oh, she's so.
She's fun. Okay, I'll name her as the hero, and then the villain. I thought the girl that had the knife and the tongue. She was creepy, but that was cool. That one. Yeah. She was kind of cool. That would have been fun to work and do that one. Yeah.
Are you going to voice act in the 3rd season this time? Or like, is there any more flashbacks?
Hopefully. It's a week-to-week thing, and I get notified, hey, Colleen needs it for 30 minutes here or there. That usually means yes! But also, I wasn't just a flashback. It's a small part, but I would come in every once in a while. I was a TV reporter that would, or anchor that would come in a lot and do the big stories. Like I said, I had a background in TV film production. I worked at the news station on campus. So I learned how to do the reporter read. Almost like the Shatner read, but just where you would hit that powerful spot. Let it sink and keep going. So yeah, Colleen let me be the TV reporter. I'm going.
Yeah, we got like 2
Sorry, I didn't
minutes
get
left. It's a 2 minutes.
Last question. Yeah.
If you were to go Tokyo Ghost, what would yours be?
Sorry, what?
If you were go the Tokyo Ghost, what kind of power would?
I don't know. You know what? I'll be honest. I haven't watched Tokyo Ghoul as much.
Ooh.
Or it's been a while since I've watched it. I really don't know. I don't really like that they eat the people, so I don't know if I really want to be a ghoul. I'm not good with eating food that's rare. I really like my food cooked well. So I don't know if I would be very good with being a ghoul. I'd be asking if I could barbecue it first and then eat it. Put a little seasoning.
Give some flavor.
So yeah, I don't really know. Sorry.
That's all right.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. I'm glad I stayed for this
I am
time.
going to be headed over. I'm at autographs the rest of the day. I'm here through like 4 o'clock. Are free. Like if you want your badge signed, if you bring a figure or art or something, if you buy something of mine, that's the only time I'm charging. Okay? Or if you have like 15 of something. then the first 3 are good, then the other 12 we work out a deal.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
See you guys in the deal.
Nice to meet you. Surprised to hear about the Yuri on Iceman. I didn't realize they were that bad.
It only happened there. That was only